didn't say it was going to hit more than one video.
Why do we have the cat logo?
I don't know.
Dude, because that's where it's at on Sunday night, fans. If you didn't know, now you do. You need to
She's
back
the
to
only
the
one that still
comic
goes live.
It's
on a regular
mayhem,
basis.
too.
We'll talk about Is It That Bad a little
Yes,
later
we
down
will.
the show, won't we, Kat?
Yep.
What is this, the internet?
All right, guys. So what segment do we want to start with? Who's doing what? Are we going to do some top picks? Are we going to do some segments? We're going to talk about our week. What do you guys want to do?
You know what Carson used to
Hey,
teach
what's
me?
popping?
Oh yeah, that's it. Because CW used to say the chat wasn't stopping. What do we got in the chat, CW?
We got a couple people who I don't even know how anyone knew the show was on. I barely did, but Chris Barrett still managed to be here 16 minutes. I didn't even know the feed was set up at 9:46, but somehow he did it. Says something about champion and homecoming parade. I think he's a hunt champ of some sort now. Yeah, he made his own belt. I mean, he got awarded a belt, FTH championship. So it's like the FTW Taz championship.
So it doesn't count.
The H stands for hunt. You can put together the rest. Probably has a piece of masking tape with his name on it, just like Sabu. We got Alan C. What is going on? Alan C. says, just glad the CGC chat forum maintenance over 2 days is not in Canada.
Wow.
I'm glad their forum works, but if they can get their books graded and sent to people back, that would be cool too from CGC.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they're getting flooded right now just like everybody else.
Janessa Jorger says hi with a cute pup.
Oh,
I like your puppers.
Oh, for sure.
Sweet dog.
Absolutely
Definitely.
We're all about the puppers here.
Love the chat.
In response to your dog, I'd like to say, woof, 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 woof.
Snarf.
Snarf, snarf.
Snarf,
Do it.
snarf, snarf.
Do it, Carson.
Well, let me get my friend up here.
Mhm.
Yes.
There it is.
Snarf, snarf.
Perfect.
I don't know. Why is the show back on Friday nights? I don't know. Snarf, snarf. There we go.
Sweet Jesus.
Thank you.
Well, you know, Kat Wren, one of the best segments that we've had started, none other than by the Grail Legend himself, it's Whose Grail Is It Anyways? And last week, the Great Legend himself showed you Fantastic Four, issue 48. That's the one, I think. A 9.4 first appearance. Silver Surfer, first cameo of Galactus. 9.4 fans. And we asked, whose Holy Grail is it? And you replied, and we had some overwhelming freaking reviews and comments that they love this segment. We're glad you like it. So this week's Grail, this week's Grail is brought to you by Kat Wren Figures, also host of Cinema Figures here on YouTube.com. But Kat Wren, tell us about that new book you got real quick too.
All right. So first off, before I show off my Grail for this week, I recently just found this. Well, actually, my mom found this and surprised me with it. I was like, hey, this looks like something you'd like. So she actually found the original Overstreet price guide. So this is the first edition from 1987.
Wow.
So I thought that was kind of awesome. Every couple of years, I get like the big, oversized Overstreet ones, which is massive freaking books. And this one's so tiny by comparison. I got a couple pages marked. But, Ledge, I wanted to talk about your Grail from last week.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. I've marked the page. So, we've got Fantastic Four, issue 48, intro/first appearance of the Silver Surfer and Galactus. We've got the pricing on Good, Fine, and Mint from 1987. Do I have any guesses as to what they are, or about roundabouts what you think they are?
Well, that was 1987. I'd probably have to say like
$200.
That's exactly $200. Yeah, just like Drew. What do you think, Carson?
We got closest without going over rules.
$50 for a mint, or $200 for a mint.
$200 mint.
How about this one? I'm going to change my answer to $1.
All right, guys. So for a good of that book at that time, $5.
That's me.
A fine was $15.
That's me.
And a minty fresh copy was $30.
Still,
Wow,
$20
$1 wins.
man, when did people
Bins.
start really thinking about
1987
those
bins,
collecting?
dude.
I tell you, that's wild. Those were
Got
good
Fish
deals back
Tropic in the
then.
chat.
You know what? I think
Come on,
that
Fish.
it might not have been, the first appearance chasers. Is like more like story keys is what.
Oh
they were
yeah,
probably
that's
looking
right.
for. And, it's like when you look at those runs there, it's like everybody's your first appearance of Wolverine in 181 or 180 is the cameo or whatever the deal is there. I'll tell you what, 182 is one hell of a story.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's the books around what people are collecting now that were probably the hot books, the hot commodities back then, the big fights, the cool art, those kind of things would be different points of collecting. Not everybody was chasing first appearances back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I got challenged by my boy Ledge.
That's right.
And he challenged me and told me to bring in a grail. So no one on this panel has seen the book that I'm about to show. I mean, they might have, but they don't know what I'm showing. So I've got here Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane, issue 70. It's a CGC 6.0.
Damn.
And I got this a while back for like a steal, but it's a bit more salty than what I paid for.
I love the
now.
go-go checks on the top. I always love that. Just like
man.
Rod, Dr. Silver Age's go-go checks there.
I'm not gonna lie, I originally bought it because of this. I think this is the funniest thing ever. So it's Super Pussycat, formerly Superman. I thought that was hilarious.
Classic.
But this is the first Silver Age appearance of my girl Catwoman.
You also got a Penguin on there too.
Mm-hmm.
Special guest villain.
I've always loved that
Penguin?
title, Superman's girlfriend, just like Superman's pal, Superman's girlfriend, Lois Lane.
But
Good stuff there,
gorgeous cover, honestly.
and a good little battle, eh?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Tearing out
in
hair.
nice shape too.
Beating the crap out of each other.
I feel like you might want to crack and re-slab that one.
I'm thinking about pressing and reslapping.
As I say, they always get asked, has that been pressed?
That has that been pressed or cleaned?
Is that what they ask?
I don't think so.
Whoa!
Honestly?
Maybe you can crack it. Hey, why don't you take it
crack
and
it
get
right
it?
I don't know,
solid.
she's pretty.
You know what you
Set
want to
up
do
to a
is you want to take it to
Pretty,
a
though.
con. You want to take it to a con. You want to get that on-site grading. That's how you take it off.
Maybe a signature or two.
And you're getting it right back. You got to send it out and wait for 80 people to send in a bunch of trading cards.
You could do it in line while you're in
All the
line,
Pokemans.
and then just get it graded, and
man.
you'll do it all at one time.
What a hell of a grail.
Mhm.
So what do you guys
I love
think of
that
this
book. Let me think about this. Now, as far as Grail goes, damn straight. In the current day, as we are now, the collector craze is insane. I don't know how. I really don't understand. What I think it was a lot of stimulus checks and a lot of broken necks. I'm just kidding. That's messed up. But anyway, what I'm talking about, Buttercup, is this is a damn good book, and everyone needs to take a look. Silver Age, first appearance of Catwoman. And it's not just in a Batman book. This time, it's in a Superman title. I mean, you can't get any better than that because it's not like the rest. I mean, yeah, we can put this character in Batman #1 in 1940. Hey, Bill, Bob, whatever. But anyway, this is the Silver Age. This is the re-evolutionary versions of those old Golden Age characters. Now they're in the Silver Age. And what will they do in the Silver Age? Well, you got to go back in time on a rewind and read some books from the 1960s because those go-go checks, Cat, those got the looks. And at a 6.0, that's a damn fine grade, if I say so myself. Carson, Seawood 19, you're a DC fan. What do you think about this time?
Oh yeah, you said it. The classic go-go checks. You got to get if you see a book for cheap with those go-go checks on there from the late '60s, early '70s. You got to get it. I mean, that's a no-brainer right there. I love that book. What about you, Drew? I know you're more of a Marvel guy, but you
I certainly am
fighting Lois Lane.
Oh, definitely, and I love those go-go checks. I really love that era of like Superman, the Lois and the Jimmy Olsen stuff. I like. Honestly, for my dollar, I love picking up those Superman family issues when they combined it to one book. That way, you know, you can get as much bang for your buck, so much story in those things, man. I love a lot of those. I chased a lot of those Crypto the Superdog.
You know, Superman Family was great, Drew, because Superman Family was just a classic ripoff of the Marvel
family. You're right. You're right.
And Drew, this is where you say, but hey.
No. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna talk about the Kree Empire and how much I love that. That's not where we're at. We're talking about Cat's Grail right now, and I have a question for you guys. Seeing as I am more of a Marvel guy, definitely more of a Marvel collector. I don't really chase first appearances of DC characters. What's the game like out there when DC has iterations of these characters and they tend to be so different from each other? You know, there's modern Catwoman, there's Silver Age Catwoman, there's Golden Age Catwoman. That's 3 first appearances for one character right there. So my question is, which does it depend on the character? Which era is more valuable to the market, to the collector themselves? Is that something that is I mean, I know you're going to get a 9.0 of a Silver Age book. It's probably going to be worth more than a 9.0 of a modern book, but that's not always the case. So I'm just curious from you guys, from your perspective, as mostly DC fans. Legend, we know you're all over the place, but I'd say Kat and Woodard, mostly core DC fans. What is the era that you want to find these characters in? Is it Silver Age? Is it dependent upon your own personal tastes? I kind of want to hear about
that. For me personally, I hunt for certain characters that really draw my attention. I don't collect everything DC, but I mean, I do have those core groups, those core characters that it's like, if I see something with that or one of their first appearances, like I'm gonna get it. I know I would not be able to afford her first ever golden appearance, but I do have her first modern, and it's like everyone has her first modern, but it's just like I had a chance to snag the first Silver Age, and I was like, that's the next best thing to the Golden Age, in my opinion. I thought it was gorgeous. I love the subject matter. These Lois Lane books are hilarious. A lot of the covers on this run are hilarious.
What's the date on that? What year did that book
1966.
Yeah, that's awesome.
November of 1966.
I had that Plastic Man. Well, I 1 through 5 actually. Not to toot Mo and horn, but yeah, I love that era of DC as well.
But I mean, collect what you love, and there's certain characters and certain things that draw my attention. That like, ooh, shiny thing, and it's like I go after that one thing or that one character.
I think I'm more curious is like, I mean, is there like an era of a character that you love that you just really don't give a shit about? Maybe like just as a collector, you know, it's like, oh, I love Green Lantern, but Golden Age Green Lantern, I don't care about that. I don't want to know Alan Scott.
I'm not the biggest fan with a lot of current DC books, what they're doing right now with my.
Well, I mean, we can talk about that till the cows come home.
We all know I'm a Ride or Die Starfire fan.
Hey man, I was reading a DC book before we started.
I knew you would. I knew that.
The only problem is I already read it like a month ago when it came out digitally.
Well, that's the collector.
Super Sons.
Yeah, you know, you gotta get the Super Sons books.
I want to know.
I love that team. It's great.
I want to know what Carson thinks about this subject. Carson, what makes you decide on picking the era of some of these books, or do you just like go what you go after? You know.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you know me, I kind of just collect everything. So, but I guess if I was like, for instance, if I was collecting Superman, which obviously I have a bunch of Superman. My collecting preferences for that character would probably be more toward the late 80s, early 90s, that nice post-crisis Superman era of, you got the John Byrne Superman with Man of Steel, you got the entrance of Dan Jurgens, the death of Superman, the reign of the Superman, a nice little streak of greatness there with some awesome artists, but I would be more inclined to collect a Superman book from that area than maybe, Brian Bendis's Superman, for instance. Just an example, I guess, there. But, Kat touched on something pretty good there, too. Like, if you just like the character in general, obviously when that Golden Age first appearance, if the character debuted in the Golden Age, is way out of line, then, yeah, maybe get the silver or the bronze first appearance. Or, if you can't find that Hal Jordan like this guy here, grab that John Stewart while you can. If there's other characters within the mythos, like for instance, Dick Grayson, his first appearance is way out of, me and Kat's line. But of course, we want that Jason Todd, we want that Tim Drake, maybe even get that Damian Wayne because that's a pretty easy one to get. So
Yeah.
It's an easy one to get.
And the
It's a good book too. Good.
And really the writing as well. Like if,
yeah.
For instance, me, Green Lantern, and Jeff Johns, like I don't really care too much about the Green Lantern prior to Jeff Johns, maybe the Ron Mars stuff that kind of went with the Death of Superman stuff in the 90s was pretty fun, and that whole Kyle Rayner era, but I'm not going to go hunting down like that whole run just because it was so inconsistent with the character. But I really do like when they introduced, Jeff Johns and Green Lantern Rebirth, and then it was consistent for almost the better part of a decade, and it was great. So I'd say the writing has to do a lot with that too.
I guess I'm pretty much the same on that because as an X-Men collector, I'd rather Bronze Age X-Men than Silver Age X-Men. Not that, I'm just paying for books at that point that are less than stellar to read in an era that I'm not really a fan of. So I guess that makes a lot of sense. I just, as a DC collector, I'm not sure if the character collectors are so much fans of certain eras and not fans of others, because I don't really get down on too much
I know what you mean.
DC except for Superman.
Drew, you're just like with the X-Men, Stan and Jack had that classic 5, the classic blue and yellow gimmick costumes, but shit didn't get real until this guy by the name of Wolverine hit the scene. Ain't that right?
I think the real guy who hit the scene was Chris Claremont, and that's really what changed a lot.
So, yeah,
you got John Byrne,
and
and the talent that really flew into that era of X-Men was really great. It's like the first 4 or 5 it was Stan and Jack, and then Jack fell off the book for a while, and they had so it's like, you get that classic Lee combo on a couple of those issues, but then some of them are just like, this is just another Silver Age superhero story about characters that are kind of outdated. So some of those aren't as fun to read. So I'm not as keen on spending upwards of $100 on a book that I'm not going to have fun reading. I like to have it and collect it, and sure, that's fun.
That's right. Well, for me, when it comes to this subject, I'm going to go the old school hippies collectibles. Collect what you like, love what you collect, and that is good enough for me. So, Kat Wren, didn't you have another topic?
Hey, before we jump into another topic,
we got to jump into something else.
Way ignored for far too long. I'm glad to be back on Friday because I can check that chat. We still got Chris Barrett hanging out. He's talking about how he collects golden keys now. We got Fish Tropic shouting out me being back on the show. Thank you, Fish. Definitely one of the best in the business for sure. If you need a fish tank, hit that guy up. He'll tell you all the ins and outs for sure. We got Comics Are Fun. Sticks Boy 73 new to the chat. How you doing? Comics Are Fun. And then we have Mainframe Comic Con asking, where's Chad? I don't know if that's Chuck asking where's Chad or Chad logged in asking where's Chad. But Chad is on a vacation this week, enjoying himself, taking some much-deserved R&R. And everybody, the chat is blowing up as much as it possibly can about Orange Cassidy. So I got to turn it over to Mark. Mark, how you doing today? There you go.
There you go.
Your answer.
Man of a few word.
Don't hear yourself there. All right, back to you, Kat.
All right. So, continuing on. So, what have we all been streaming this week? What are some of our big watch things right now? So, before the last time we were on here and I did this segment, I said my top pre-order was actually Benny Loves You, and I got my own copy in the mail the other day and watched it. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. I love this so much. Basically, this guy, his entire life is falling down, and he decides that he's going to, quote, stop being a loser, his exact words, and he throws out everything in his world that is childish, including Benny. And this is Benny right here on the cover, and Benny loves his boy more than anything. So much so that he goes on and starts killing anyone who's endangering him once he comes alive. They never actually explain how Benny comes alive, but he comes alive with like magic, and there's like all these other toys that are coming to life and killing people, and it's kind of awesome. The gore is for real in this, and I mean, for a really low budget horror, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome, and I did actually pre-order from Dread Central the Benny Loves You plush that speaks. So I'm really excited about that. But continuing on, what I've been streaming this week. I currently started Sledgehammer on Shudder. That's one of the movies that Joe Bob Briggs just talked about this last time around. So Sledgehammer, straight to video release apparently originally. Also, on Netflix, they just uploaded a brand new season of Haunted, so I would highly suggest that. There are 3 seasons of that currently streaming, and we started the 3rd season. Really, really solid. And, of course, not to be outdone, HBO Max did drop the new Conjuring movie, The Devil Made Me Do It. I really enjoyed it. It was a solid Conjuring movie. I wasn't the biggest fan of The Nun, but I mean, this new one is pretty solid.
Damn.
It's pretty solid. I do, however, feel like they deleted a couple scenes and then just kind of screwed us over.
We got the G-spot in the house talking about school. It's the G-spot, baby.
He hit the G-spot in the chat, baby.
Hey, we also got Dennis Hayes.
I had to give
Hey,
the shout out
Dennis Hayes.
to
What's
the
up, buddy?
G-spot. And Dennis Hayes, of course, Dennis Hayes. That's right, Carson. Dennis Hayes, Cat Wren, Dennis Hayes in the house to give you the praise, talking about those movies tonight and today.
Now, I'm not a Conjuring fan. Do you need to watch the other Conjurings to give a shit about this new Conjuring?
I don't think so. Honestly, the way they pick it up, it's a brand new case from the Warrens, and it starts just through the case. There's a couple little like references to the earlier films.
But if I don't get it, it won't matter.
It won't matter. There's one scene that I feel like was cut because they reference Annabelle.
Oh,
and
Annabelle.
then you never actually see her meet Annabelle in it though. And it kind of that one moment pissed me off because the lawyer didn't believe that possession, demons, any of that was real. It's like, oh well, if you don't believe us after dinner, then we'll just introduce you to Annabelle. And the next scene is this attorney is in front of the judge saying, well, he was possessed by the devil. Straight-faced. So where's the scene of her meeting Annabelle? But I thought it was really well done. And it continues with the story of the Warrens. So would highly suggest it. Also, last but certainly not least, not to be outdone, shout out to my co-host on the Sunday night show, the great one himself, Legend. On Amazon Prime, you can actually stream Ouija Shark. Now, why is Ouija Shark important? Because that's what we're going to be talking about here on Sunday.
I don't know. I may change my mind. I may watch a Man in a High Castle with Carson.
We're watching Ouija
All
Shark,
right.
Ledge.
A Ouija Shark this Sunday night.
Like as in like
streaming now on Shutter.
Yeah,
which
like
I
a
usually
Ouija
watch
board,
the
but
movies
there's a shark.
before
But there's a shark.
we
But
go
there's a
live
shark.
on Sundays. There
But
it
there's
is.
a shark. It's
With
Ouija
every
Shark.
purchase from the Seawood 19, you will get a WCW card
You
in
will
the
get
mail.
That exact Sting card, everyone. That exact Sting card.
That's
Of
fun.
course, he might
does
have to
this.
break into your house and
He
take
does
that Sting
that.
card back, but
He's as
everyone
quick as
will
a
get
cat,
that card.
and he'll smash you with a bat.
And he'll just send old little, what's the little kid's name? Darby Allin. And Darby Allin will lay your ass out on the wrestling mat. That's right.
Shout
Damn, I
out
couldn't
to
remember the
Comic
kid's
Noob.
name.
5150. What's
All
going
right,
on,
Comic
man?
Noob in the house.
I
What's
guess
going
what
on?
have we been streaming? I've been streaming. I for some reason I've watched like all of Doctor Who that I want to watch. I'm good, so I'm like, what else can I watch that's Doctor Who related? Well, not much. I just watched Broadchurch because I had David Tennant in it, and it was the female doctor's there too. I completely forgot about her, but it's just a good like whodunit murder mystery for like the first season, and then the second season's like this like courtroom thriller. And then the third season, I watched the first episode, and it was just boring. Like they pretty much wrapped up every loose end at the end of the second season. So I just haven't been engaged enough to want to watch the third. But the first two seasons really good. If you're looking for like a whodunit, check out Broadchurch. It's still on Netflix. It's from like 2015 or something like that, maybe even 2013.
Has that David Tennant in there?
David Tennant, one of the 10th Doctor.
Let me tell you what I've been streaming. Not very much. But no, I just streamed this tonight, and it was a really cool deal because I was listening to my favorite podcast, Something to Wrestle With, Bruce Pritchard, Conrad Thompson, and they were doing a watch-along, and I watched the Wrestling Classic, Carson. I know you remember the classic. The Wrestling Classic, fans, 1985. This is on the Peacock app, by the way, the Peacock app.
Got that
But-
peacock.
Oh, yeah, Wrestling Classic. Oh, yeah, my back hurts, yeah. But anyway, this was awesome because it was their very first pay-per-view. This was before they had the WrestleMania, of course. And I just thought, damn, I got to watch this. And sure enough, there was a lot of bad video production. Like every time they did behind the scenes, since it was a live pay-per-view, it was live, pal. We're live. And they did the behind the scenes vignettes. There would always be security like coming around the corner, around the little backdrops. And, you know, it would just be wide shot camera and catching these freaking security guys just laughing at stuff that the wrestlers were filming. And it just kind of ruined everything. But a great freaking pay-per-view. They had an awesome tournament. I won't tell you who won because if you haven't seen it, you need to. But there was a lot of great wrestlers in it. Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff was in the tournament. You know, they had the Junkyard Dog in the tournament. Freaking, who else? You know, Iron Sheik was in there. You got to have the Sheik in there. You got to have Ricky. You got to have Ricky the Dragon. You got to have Donnie. Donnie was there. And along with that Moondog, the Moondog wrestler. But what a great deal I've been streaming there. And I also did finally get to watch Mortal Kombat. Thought that was freaking classic
There
as
you
well.
go.
And I'm gonna watch Conjuring. And like I said, Sunday I'll be watching a Ouija Shark. That way it'll be fresh in my mind, so I can come up with some shark rhymes.
It looks
How
like
about
we
you,
got
Drew?
a question from the Twitch
you know
side. I'm
what?
guessing Drew's going to answer this right
We
now.
are going to answer this question
Whoops.
right now.
That's you, Drew. That's your turn.
What do I think about Loki, the first episode of Loki? I thought it was great. I very much enjoyed Owen Wilson. I enjoyed all of the side characters. The little dude who has the evidence desk, that was absolutely amazing. The little Easter egg of them ushering a Peggy Carter through the halls in the background was really cool. I really dug it. I thought that Hiddleston had an opportunity to go back to the Loki that was my favorite Loki ever, which was the Avengers Loki, and he's gonna break good, but this time it won't be through a slow process of movie, through a TV show. He already kind of has it in his mind where he's gonna go. I think the spoiler, if you haven't watched the first episode, the reveal is that Loki's bad guy in this is going to be Loki. He's hunting a other time displaced Loki with the time cops. Yeah, it's a little Jean-Claude Van Damme for you. I thought it was great. Was it the best thing I streamed this week? No, far from it. There's one thing that I streamed this week, 8 freaking episodes of it this week alone, and that is Sweet Tooth. I'm a huge Jeff Lemire fan. I've talked about how much I love Gideon Falls. Talked about how much I love this Old Man Logan run.
Wasn't Sweet Tooth a DC book?
Hey, it was a Vertigo book, wasn't it? I mean, so it doesn't count. It's just DC
Vertigo.
Comics classic. Guess what? It ain't no Wonder Woman's and Flash.
Probably a black label at this point.
There's no
Yeah,
fucking
probably.
Speed Force in this shit. All right, pardon my language.
The Speed Force.
There's nothing wrong with the Speed Force.
do?
There's nothing wrong with the Speed Force, but it's not in this book. In the book, well, it's not in the show. I don't know. I never read the book. But the show is amazing.
It's awesome.
It's
Good show.
hilarious. It's heart wrenching. There's some good violence in it. It's a fun adventure with some great morality to it. There's just fantastic cast, and it's a really good show. Sweet Tooth, highly recommend. Something else I've been watching, hey, they put it back on the HBO Max. I guess it's done with the Peacock now, is the Harry Potters. Guys, I've been watching Harry Potters. And restreaming these Harry Potters, I tell you.
Carson.
I think we need to watch some Harry Potters.
Carson needs to watch some Harry Potters.
Carson's never watched or read a Harry Potter, I heard.
Yeah,
One
so
single
since we
one.
got a nice group of individuals watching, we still got Fish Tropic, we still got Chris Barrett, we still got Comics Are Fun, Robert Galvin's still in here. I got a little mini poll here for these people in the chat. So, you know, people like these reaction gimmick videos and all that stuff. And I've never seen, legit, not kidding, not making this up, I haven't
Never.
seen one Harry Potter movie. When the first one came out, I just didn't care. So I didn't get on the hype train, and it just took off without me. And here we are in 2021, and everyone loves Harry Potter and all that stuff. And it's free to me to watch on HBO Max. So what I thought about doing is a segment right here on the Comic Core channel exclusively, where I just, you know, I hype up, you know, what I know about Harry Potter before I watch the movie, make a recorded cut, and then come back after I watched the movie and tell you what I thought about it and is it worth the hype for all 8 movies. So if that's something you guys want to see, I guess let me know.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. I
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that stuff.
I'd watch
Carson.
that.
I don't
See,
watch
maybe
many
try
of
to watch
those.
Harry Potter again.
I don't watch many of those videos, those reaction videos, quite honestly. You know, you usually get a thumbnail, and you usually get that person's face on the thumbnail in front of a green screen with the stupidest look on their face you just want to slap off, if you know what I mean. I just don't like it,
Please zoom in on
and I just think it's messed
Yeah.
up. Yeah, those kind of faces on a green screen, dude, they ought to be bashed in.
I
Like
just want to
bashed in
see
booger.
Carson on a broomstick being chased by a horn-tailed dragon.
I'll watch a
Yeah.
if Carson puts his face on a thumbnail.
That
though,
is what I
I'll
want
probably
for a
watch.
Maybe
thumbnail,
my thumbnail will
Carson.
be this.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do one of those.
You won't fall asleep. They're good movies. They're well.
They're very good movies.
It's a lively
They're even
universe.
better.
Carson,
they're
You'll
even
be
better
like, what
watch
the
it
fuck
to
is
laugh
going
at
on?
it.
But you'll still have fun with it.
We got Brett Hess Art is in the
Oh,
house.
look at
What's going on,
Brett Hess.
How you doing, man?
Good to see the BHA in the house, man. It's been a long time. Brett Hessard, man, one of the best.
I think Carson's Patronus is probably just a WCW hat.
Maybe speak a different language. Harry Potter and their hats. I don't know that yet.
There's a talking hat that tells you where to sit.
It's a sorting hat.
Oh.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It's like,
Yeah,
your
so you
friends
guys
are
are
going to
making
be
Literally-
those guys over
You,
there.
you know that hat has to have lice. All the years of random
Yeah.
ass like preteens putting it on their head, you know that hat has to be infested with something.
We're going to get him sorted.
Oh, wait a minute here.
Except
Wait a minute. We got a
universal
super
sorted.
chat legend.
Oh man, where's
We
the
still the
Drew
bumper.
gimmick? We got to get the gimmicks going. $5 super chat, man. That's where it's at. That is
Where's
from the
Drew?
best.
That's
Robert
That's
Galvin.
wrong.
Pictures on it.
Is somebody
I've had
erase it?
switch
Robert,
brands.
the G Spot Galvin, one of the
I
best.
We're gonna
don't,
do it
I
one
don't,
way
I
or
don't
the
even
other.
have the brand.
Where is it?
I don't have.
Hey, we're best friends. Let's do karate in the garage.
That's it. That's
Okay,
the
Carson found
gimmick
it
right
for
there.
me.
We're gonna do
Man,
Karate
thanks
and
so much,
Garage
Robert
for-
Galvin. You know, Carson. Oh, we also got Airboy the
Barbarian, what's
Boy.
going on, man?
Man, it's good to see
Man,
Airboy in the house.
Dude, Airboy, didn't he make one of those videos for the Baltimore Comic Con?
Oh,
Yes, he
yeah,
did, and it was great.
Man, back in the day. Man.
Carson, is there
Shut up,
anything
man.
else you're
Great.
streaming?
Yeah, Dark Side of the Ring. I know Chris Barrett is in the chase. Like, talk about Dark Side of the Ring and Dynamite Kid and that stuff.
I haven't watched
I mean,
Dynamite Kid yet.
Not only that, like, it's if you like seasons 1 and 2 of Dark Side of the Ring, it's another super informative yet super depressing yet very well done season of Dark Side of the Ring so far. I definitely recommend it if you want to know like the gloves off truth about wrestling, because they do have a lot of great information, facts, well produced, a lot of great information, Q&As from wrestlers, personalities, and then the families of those impacted by the Dark Side of the Ring, basically. So it's a lot of really interesting information, and this week's was Dynamite Kid, which I didn't know the whole crap that went down with his family. I guess I kind of missed that during the whole Chris Benoit insanity from the 2000s when they brought that up on CNN and stuff. But I mean, he held another one of those like hell of a talent inside the ring, obviously, but had his demons outside the ring.
Small man complex, had to get beefy like the rest of the beef they had backstage, and man, he paid the price in his wrestling days.
We got Beta Ray Jim in the
beef,
chat. What's going on, man?
Beta Ray Jim, part of the Strictly Comics family, one of the hottest auctions out there.
I just wish they entered Davey. Yeah, they didn't talk to Davey Boy Jr. during that.
Harry.
That could have been an interesting perspective, but I think they had enough good talking heads on that episode. But yeah, other than that, the only unfortunately I've done a lot of comic reading. I've been playing a ton of Mass Effect though. They have that Legendary edition that's out, and I actually spent most of my afternoon after doing lawn work beating Mass Effect 2, so I started Mass Effect 3 instead of reading anything today. And yeah, Mass Effect 2 may be one of my top 5 favorite games from like the 360 PS3 era of games. Like I still love that game. I actually ended up doing like about every side quest before moving on to the next one. And then I still got Ratchet and Clank. My copy shipped today from Best Buy, and I definitely plan on installing that and playing it as much as I can next week too. So I got 2 games going now. It's been a while.
Dude, that's awesome, Carson. I want to let you know what the legend's been reading, but first I got to give another shout out to Beta Ray Jim. He said he's starting a new Saturday night auction on Strictly Comics starting tomorrow night. So, man, congrats with that, dude. Hope y'all do some good sales and kick some butt. But what I've been reading is, of course, I read the Identity Crisis, read all the tie-ins. I've been reading a ton of this DC Universe app, man. DC Infinite Universe app, dude. And how about that series, Carson? How about a little big screen, if you know what I mean? This is some damn good. Superman, First Thunder, Shazam, and this is issue number 2, where you get that monsters, magic, and mayhem. Oh my, I said goddamn. The rhymes keep coming just like Judd Winnick and Joshua Middleton. I didn't really rhyme, but shit, who cares? So why am I reading this series all of a sudden? And I do have these issues, but I have never read them. I just bought the issues because, collect what you like, love what you collect. I'm a huge OG Captain Marvel fan from the Fawcett era all the way to the modern day. Some of the best damn stuff, or best damn word a kid will ever say. And y'all know what word it is. Boom. All right. So anyway, 2005, the countdown. Oh, is that a hard cover? And let's knock. All right. Hello.
Knock.
Is anybody there? Carson, is anybody there in the cover? Is there anybody there like Mr. Sig 1, Mr. Sig 2?
Nah, no Sigs here, unfortunately. It's a brand new hardcover.
They're not home fans.
I actually probably didn't have this before.
Judd Winnick and Joshua Middleton, leave a note at the door. Maybe they'll reply. But man, Carson, this is great stuff. So I go to this website. It's called crushingcrisis.com. That's crushing with a C, crisis with a K.com. and they have Marvel and DC mainly, and Star Wars actually too. So they have all of those, and they go over event books and continuity and all the tie-ins. So basically, it's a really easy guide that you can use. And I am on my way to the Infinite Crisis, but before I do that, I've got some big events to read. And the first one I'm talking about is Day of Vengeance, a 6-part miniseries with follow-up, one-shot, several tie-ins, and it's part of the lead-up to Infinite Crisis. So I'm pumped to read that. And basically, you read the Green Lantern Rebirth 1 through 6. I already read that. I should have probably read these at the same time. But regardless, Hal Jordan is pulled away from the Spectre now. So it's just back to classic Spectre. So I'm excited to read this. And so Countdown to Infinite Crisis #1, I've already read that. That's that classic Maxwell Lord, that bastard, killed Ted Kord. So I got to read Superman Shazam, all 1 through 4. Then I'm going to read Lightning Strikes and Action Comics, then Adventures of Superman issue. It's like a whole, all these like Superman tie-ins. And then I'll read my first issue of Day of Vengeance. And at the same time, flip-flopping the Day of Vengeance series, I'll also be reading the JSA Black Vengeance storyline that takes place in the year 1999. But anyways, fans, that's what it's all about. Damn good stuff.
I was going to say, when you read those minis, are you going to read all the #1s, then all the #2s, or are you going to stick with like one mini series at a time? Because I think they came out like together.
Yeah, like all that's true, Carson. Damn, you're right. I'm probably going to have to just do it like that. I won't be able to do every single one because you're right. Those 4 things came out at the same time. Of course, one of Carson's favorite, the OMAC project, the Rand Thanagar War, and then that kick-ass one. I can't remember the name. I think it's got Villains in the title.
Villains United. That may be my personal favorite. OMAC's pretty good too, but Villains United is pretty awesome.
And
I just remember we didn't have to read that Rand Thanagar War stuff when we did the Modern Men episode. I was so happy about that.
Catman.
Well, Carson, you've been so nice, and you've coached me along, and you've let me in on some great stories and some great songs. But what's real cool is, fans, Carson said, once I get down to start getting these Infinite Crisis, he said he'll reread them too. So, when we do our Facebook audios and our planning behind the scenes for the show, we can get caught up on some kick-ass facts.
I'm going to join you on this one too, because I do want to read this cover finally. So
yeah, I'll probably read issue 2 tonight, and then I'll finish the bad boy up for Monday when I start the little Superman gimmick books. That's one thing that kind of pisses me off. But thank God for that website, Crushing Crisis. But
that's a great resource.
DC will throw like a storyline in there, a 4-part storyline that takes across parts like 4 different comics. Now they're all Superman family style comics, but still, like, damn, poor kid, that had to go to the damn store and make sure he was buying the exact one so he could complete the storyline. That's probably pretty tough. Yeah. But Drew, I know you just can't get enough. What do you think, man? What you got a segment for the brand new Comic-Core that you see?
I just want to hop on this like what we're reading now segment, because basically you're talking about an event with a bunch of different tie-ins, and you're going to go and read all the way through it. I'm collecting an event right now and reading it as it comes and getting all the tie-ins, and it's something that I didn't expect to really enjoy, but I'm absolutely loving. And it's Jason Aaron writing the Justice League, and it's fantastic. This is Marvel's Heroes Reborn #6. This is Power Princess, and this is the best Wonder Woman book I've ever read. Which is awesome because
I'm waiting, Carson and Catrin.
Issue 2 was The Blur, and that's the best Flash book I've ever read.
And it was published by Marvel, though. Man, you're gonna make me sound like
Marvel. I'll tell you that much right now.
I mean, dude,
I talked to
Marvel has a history of taking from DC because they know
making it better.
Got the
Let's talk about how awesome this is, because I want to talk about how awesome Heroes Reborn is, considering how terrible
that is. A gorgeous cover, though.
This is the series I was telling you about with the James Stone doing the art.
Show me
for
that stove. Show
Green
me that
Lantern
stove.
allegory. I don't have it up right now. But,
Loves that stove.
Yeah, but it's Jason Aaron, and each one of these characters of the Squadron Supreme, which is a ripoff of the Justice League, their own focus in the story, and it's really cool. It's basically what if Mephisto in some way stopped Steve Rogers from being thawed out, and nobody knows what the hell Avengers are. And except for like Blade and a couple of people here and there. And there's some really, really cool twists to this universe, including a issue called Peter Parker, the Amazing Shutterbug, where it's basically just Peter Parker who has a job with, the Daily Bugle taking pictures. Turns out he takes pictures of the Squadron Supreme. He doesn't take pictures of Spider-Man. At the end of the issue, at the end of the issue, he is bitten by a spider, turns into a giant mutant, and somebody kills him. Like, that's the end of Spider-Man. It's just a really, really dope storyline with a lot of really cool tie-ins, and the tie-ins do great at expounding upon what the story has been laid out in the main issues. There's the was it Night Gwen or whatever?
Night
Gwen.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy is basically
Basically
Batgirl. She's basically Batgirl. It's a Batgirl book.
Could she be Nightwing?
And speaking, and I really love how they take these twists.
It's Pride Month.
These characters. But
It
is Pride Month.
Did you get the cover? The #1 DC Pride #1?
No, I'm not reading that.
I got so I ordered the variant.
I tell you what, though, I did pick
I
this
saw
up.
the variant. Very cool.
And this is a really great Batman story. It's basically Man and Catwoman. You know,
DC Pride
and it's got a
#1
really,
though.
really cool deal.
DC Pride #1. The cover looked really cool.
There was like
cover
three
A,
different
cover
covers
B
for that,
looked
I saw.
good, but like, dude, I mean, you get that damn thing slabbed at a 9.8 DC Pride #1, man, you're gonna be a rich person.
I don't think that's true.
No.
You don't think so?
So
Hey, too many people hating. Too many people.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. It's a mass-produced book.
It's just one of those big books. It's just printing out. I mean, it's Pride Month. They're looking for the money.
That's a good book, Carson.
That is gorgeous.
$1.
Oh, that's Grimlock. I used to have that action figure.
Grimlock.
Got it from Walmart.
I
back in the
did
day.
pre-order the B cover because that gorgeous Jen Bartel, Harley and Ivy cover. I was a little disappointed at the main cover for Pride. I was really hoping they would have a variant cover with Midnighter and Apollo.
Because they were the classics.
I mean,
Yeah, but nobody cares about Midnighter and Apollo anymore.
I care about Midnighter and Apollo. I
I'm saying
named
at
one of my
DC,
babies after
like,
Midnighter.
editorial doesn't care about Midnighter and Apollo.
I care about Midnighter and Apollo.
I care about Midnighter and Apollo.
You know, the thing about Midnighter and Apollo, those are the name of Cat Ren's cats.
Just Midnighter.
I
I don't have an Apollo. I don't have another boy. I got 2 girls and a boy.
Cool.
So I'm gonna hop on this whole "what are we reading" kick right now.
Yeah, what are you reading?
So this was one that was suggested by a friend of mine. It's Fangs. This is an older one apparently. So it's by Sarah Anderson, and yeah, it's your basic vampire comic with like doodles throughout, and it's all black and white. And it's been pretty funny throughout.
Damn,
That's
Carson.
freaking awesome.
But Fangs, really, really excited about
Good
that.
title too.
And so this came out a while ago. I ordered it, and then the company screwed up and didn't send it to me. And I emailed them about it and everything, and I never heard back. And I guess I just kind of forgot about it. But this randomly came into my mail the other day. So this is Teen Titans Beast Boy. So this is from Cami Garcia and Gabrielle Piccolo. Of course, you'll know they did the Raven book a while back, and it's in the exact same Piccolo art style, just a gorgeous kind of like reimagining of the Teen Titans, where they're a little more like, I don't want to say hipsters, but I mean kind of. And Beast Boy gets a slightly different backstory in this. I mean, all of the Titans have gotten slightly different backstories, but it's gorgeous throughout. Really, really excited to see where this is going because the next book is actually Beast Boy Loves Raven. I'm a little disappointed that they're not continuing on. Well, not right now, continuing on with the rest of the Titans because I would love to see a Cyborg book, a Robin book, and of course, my girl Starfire needs a book. But, you know, one of these days. But I will tell you, both books, we are dealing with Deathstroke kind of in the background. So I'm kind of interested to see what's going to go on with Deathstroke when they're continuing this. Because Deathstroke's kind of like slowly putting these Titans together in this. So I'm kind of interested to see what his end game is.
Dude, you gotta love Deathstroke. Anytime he gets with the Titans, you know you're gonna have a knock down, drag out fist fight of epic proportions, and you might get stabbed. A bitch might get stabbed. I'm just saying.
And this doesn't actually fit with the book or what I'm reading, but Carson and I were talking about this on a call the other night, and Chad was laughing because Carson and I were talking about makeup. So Carson, this is this is the Lisa Frank Morphe palette I was telling you about with the Trapper Keeper.
That's definitely a Lisa Frank.
And I mean, it's a gorgeous palette. There's a mirror. I don't want to blind you, but it's a
dude,
gorgeous
that's
palette.
classic, man. Trapper Keepers, man, those were all the rage back in me and Chad's days.
Ulta exclusive.
Yeah.
Got the Geek Aficionado.
I lost my hat.
On, Jimmy.
I lost my hat on Splash Mountain.
It's that long hair.
I still have the hat on. When I got off the ride, it wasn't on there. I also have a lot more hair than I used to have. Or a lot less hair than I used to have. Depends on which era of Manchu you're talking about. You're talking about Golden Age Manchu. I had a lot of hair.
Looks like we got a figure. Catran is known for her figures. What do we got here?
Damn!
Oh, now that's
okay. That Ray Fisher bitching about WB action figure.
No, this is the Teen Titans from the mid-2000s. From the mid-2000s run animated series of Titans, Cyborg. This is my dude. Booyah. I love it so much. I really hope that McFarlane re-releases all of the Titans. I know he won't. I can't
Oh my God, Carson, where did you get that?
Where did I get this? Books a Million. Books a Million had Zartans on the pegs.
There you go.
So bad.
Yeah.
Maybe Carson will go back to the Books a Million if you give him a couple of bucks.
This was the only one.
Dude hanging out. Right?
Apparently, General Bloods are on in Targets.
I haven't been to a Target shopping in a little while. This is my dude.
Man, you gotta love some classic G.I. Joe action.
Yeah, Destro's badass.
Destro's classic.
Is
Carson, just to prove a point.
Are those all Trapper Keepers?
No, these are
coloring books.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get some multiple trout, but you going back to college like Johnny and Fantastic Thinking.
No, I already got my degree. It was very expensive.
Holy shit.
I'm still paying that off.
That's why she had to use Lisa Frank notebooks.
Damn, Lisa Frank.
Sorry, Geek Aficionado, correct. I was thinking of General Hawk and Major Blood together. Major Blood. He's absolutely right. Major Blood. He was definitely not a general.
All the blood.
Nah, he's a major.
Blood.
Super blood.
He wasn't even a major. He was just major blood. Like
to see
hey, how much blood easy? Major amount.
Blood in Espanol. Me no say blood in Espanol.
You know what I want to talk about, guys?
We want to talk
about wrestling. I want to talk about
wrestling.
I just want to talk about some wrestling.
I don't know. I haven't watched a lot of AEW Dynamite, and I know me and Kat's got to plug our show on Sunday, and then I may have to go. Not one, not two. I don't know. The Ouija shark.
You said you were going to talk about wrestling earlier.
Well, I already did. Already said I watched Wrestle Classic.
Say wrestling.
Show, you know,
he's got you there.
That's true. He does have me there.
You know, it was all good.
More stings. There's that one. Sid getting stung.
Instead
Drew
of
Lawson,
wrestling, not
Terry Taylor.
Yeah,
the Red Rooster.
Terry.
The Rooster.
He's way better than Sting.
There's another Sting card. He's getting beat up. Who's that?
That company had
Gotta
one
be
guy.
Luger
It
and
was
Sid.
Sting.
Sting.
Every one of those trading cards has Sting on it in one capacity or another.
Season 1 Dark Side of the Ring narrator, Dutch Mantell, old Dirty Dutch himself.
Oh, Dirty Dutch. What was his name when he was the We the People guy?
Oh, Barrett, help us. I can't remember at this. I'll think of it in like 2
Yeah,
seconds.
Barrett would know this.
Yeah, there's more than one Dutch Mantell card.
Dutch
What
Mantell.
did y'all want to know about Dutch Mantell?
The famous thing he ever did was give Steve
Uncle
Austin his name.
Zeb.
Uncle Zeb Coulter?
Uncle Zeb.
Zeb
Zeb
Coulter,
Coulter. There
that's
you
it.
go.
Old Dutch Mantell, he was a
Sold
good
Irwin.
fighter. Yeah, old Bray
VK
Wyatt's
Wall
papa.
Street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the back of the card. He actually looks more like IRS.
Mm-hmm. I think he looks like Bo Dallas.
When did he go from being Mr. Wall Street? Then he was IRS. Then he was VK Wall Street.
Yeah, Vincent Kennedy Wall Street.
Mm-hmm. VK Wall Street. Mike Rotunda. Doing it like he's bringing that thunder. I know me and Kat Wren, our favorite is
Bo
Andre
Dallas's
the
daddy.
Giant. Andre the Giant could probably just fucking stomp on this whole
He's
stack
just
of
gonna- he's
cards
just gonna
and
sit
kill all
on him,
them
it's fine.
wrestlers on
Steiner
the
Brothers.
He's
cards.
just gonna
Yeah.
sit
Don't
on
let
him.
him be.
It's fine.
This guy's
The
done.
DFG.
Oh, look at that guy. The genetic
Dude, Scott
freak.
Steiner, Scott Steiner might be the greatest professional wrestler of all time. If you don't believe me, go watch Ring King. Absolutely unbelievable how great Scott Steiner is.
Or just watch him introducing people in Impact Wrestling when he did the ring introductions for an entire episode. It's
Just,
pretty awesome.
just Google Steiner math.
That too.
Cat Wren,
Any
What's
Petey
that?
Williams shoot interview
Oh,
about
Scott
Scott
What?
Steiner.
Cat Wren, I was going to ask, did you find an Orange Cassidy action figure one time?
I actually
found that?
had one sent to me
Freebirds.
by Chad.
Y'all still got it?
Yeah, it's still in the box. Well, technically, he sent it to Mark. It's Mark's figure.
Mark, will you show
Who's
your?
Mark?
Can you go get your figure? Or Orange Cassidy on the couch. Can you go get your figure and bring it and show the fans?
You want me to go get it?
He wants her to go get it. Yeah, get that thumbs up, baby. That's how we do it. Make the girl go get it. Dude, that's sexist.
not
dude.
happening.
Why don't you get your ass up and go get your figure?
Yeah, go get that.
I mean,
figure.
fans, we got double digits in the chat right now, and
Hold
people
on.
want to see that
Say
figure.
about that. Damn.
Yep,
Doom.
Ron Simmons Doom. Classic Ron Simmons.
Trade by Butch Reed.
Or is Doom just Ron Simmons?
It's
Tag
Ron
partner.
Simmons and Butch Reed. They're a tag team.
Oh, Butch Reed. That was Butch Reed.
No, that was
Holla holla playa.
There he is. Teddy. Dude, look at Mark. Busting it
God.
out of the mailbox here.
I like the Jim Ross ones. They're probably my favorite. It's just someone else shouting at Jim Ross on every one of the cards.
Hey, we got to put the big screen on
Yeah.
Cat
Oh, damn.
and Cassidy real quick because Cat and Cassidy.
Okay, we got
This is one time you probably want to apologize for the glare.
Yeah, there it is. Mark, how did it feel getting an action figure named after your wrestling persona, Orange Cassidy? I mean, there's no denying, and there shouldn't be any crying because you look just like the juice, not juicy juice, but the orange juice, and that
Movie
is Orange
juice?
Cassidy.
Okay, we look similar.
There's a lot of similarities there.
Yeah,
Once
dude.
I look exactly like him.
I don't think he looks exactly like him, but I see a lot of that.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm talking about. Well, let's get back to
They're
those
wearing the same
WCW cards.
outfit.
I got one more for you, legend.
All right, let's see. Is there? We're gonna get some diamond stud in here.
Chris Barrett will love this card right here.
This
It's
is a
just a
diamond
Missy
stud.
Hyatt card, but look how happy Jim Ross is.
You bet he is.
He's smiling
Missy
with both
Hyatt.
sides of his face in that picture.
Yeah,
You know, New Jack didn't really like Missy Hyatt that much.
Missy Hyatt.
I mean, I'm pretty sure her at least once. Or
Thank you,
twice.
Chad. And then there's another Elias with Jim
Thank
Ross.
you, Chad.
Yep.
Yeah,
Old
those are the
Chad,
cards.
man. Hooking the cat
One
in
of
the
the
markup
best.
with the OC figure.
Man,
Man,
I
you
mean,
know
this
what?
is Mark's.
I don't know about you, but we have been going on, fans, almost about an hour. What do you think, Carson? You want to check the chat one more time?
Yeah, let's do one more time. We're going over some final thoughts, plugs, and all those great gimmicks. We got Chris Barrett. He likes that Sunny. Unfortunately, this predates her wrestling run in '96 with the WWF. He goes Sunny, Francine, and oh my god.
oh my god, dude!
Oh. Anyway, let's
They're
get back to
gonna need a
everybody
good
else here.
divorce attorney one day.
We got Beta Ray Jim saying there are two things he likes about Missy Hyatt. Gee, I wonder what those are. We still have the
Her
comic
bubbly
book
personality.
J-Spot. Mr. Galvin still hanging out in the chat. Beta Ray Jim believes. And like I said, we had a great chat tonight. Fish Tropic, man, one of the best. First subscriber ever, that guy.
Chris Barrett. Wait, I don't have like admin privileges right now. Can you highlight where Chris Barrett said Jeff Jarrett is the best wrestler of all time? I want this on screen for posterity. So
hey, now, great.
I think that we need to put that up. So
There you go.
Yes,
There's
right
Bob.
there and then, right
Oh,
then
say hi to
and
Bob.
there.
There.
Hi, Bob.
Jeff Jarrett is
Bub
the best
Comics, good to
wrestler of
see
all
you, man.
time. We can use this as evidence
I
against
just
him
used
in
one
any
of
sort
Bub's
of
catchphrases.
competency trial. Bubs is down low with the yo-yo.
There you go.
What's up, Bubs?
Well, Drew Manchu, what do you got going on your channel? Any final thoughts, shout outs?
It was the first time I've been on the internet in like 3 months. Who am I going to shout out? Hey, check out if you go to Google, you type in great, and then you type in the word legend, right? And then you follow those links. RDowdy95 on all the platforms.
All the platforms. That's
Great
right.
legend,
That's all
man.
you got to do. How about
he'll
you?
be on Sunday night talking about Ouija Shark, whatever the fuck that is.
Hey, man, you don't be disrespecting
Sharks
whoa,
and Ouija boards.
look,
Shark,
look,
man.
and admit a crime right now here on the internet. Kat gave me your login for Shutter. You know what's on Shutter? Maniac Cop.
And Maniac Cop 2.
Maniac Cop 2 might have the greatest scene of all time. He walks through like 18,000 glass doors in a police station, throws a dude out the fucking wall. It's so amazing. And they fall into a bus and it explodes.
I think
Holy
we know
shit,
what.
watch
And
Maniac Cop.
They have the
My
Joe
shout out
Bob Briggs
goes
commentary
to Maniac
track of
Cop
that
2.
too.
Maniac.
Dude, watch it with the Joe Bob Briggs commentary track for the last
Done.
drive-in. It's fantastic.
I'm doing it.
And if you ever lose consciousness, you can always stare at Darcy's boobs.
Darcy's classic. Carson, how about you,
But I
man?
do
What do you
half
got
time
going
anyway.
on?
Oh, not much. I said I may try to Twitch stream a couple games here and there because I do have Ratchet and Clank PS5 on the way. I just started Mass
Big
Effect 3.
timing.
Big timing.
Big timing.
I'll be reading
Big
this
time.
now. Superman
One of
That's
like
right.
10
Thunder.
people in the world that give it PS5.
I do
Big time.
have an AOK to unbox. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to do a Tuesday night live stream this week. Work got in the way the previous week, but Mr. Gretzky 9966, the kindness of his heart, sent me an AOK. So I'm going to try to get that unboxed this Tuesday. If not, I'll just do I'll definitely do something for that. So I want to say thank you to one of our good friends, Mr. Gretzky 9966, for the wonderful AOK. And then I'll actually tell you guys how I got all those books I just showed earlier, including this Killing Joke first print.
Dude, I
Was that
can't
a
wait to
dollar
hear.
too?
That's
It was
awesome.
not $1, but it was a really good deal.
I
It's
can't
a
wait
really
to hear
good
the
deal.
I mean, I
Claim.
knew it was
can't
a really
wait to hear
good
the
deal.
story.
Near you.
Claim.
behind that. That's it. Cat Ren and Mark the Superstar BKR. First off, Mark, I want to go to Mark real quick. Mark Bar BKR behind the bar. When are you getting back behind the bar?
When I actually get my voice back.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
getting over a head cold right now. But we had some pretty big things happen this week, so the schedule's opening up a bit.
Mm.
So we're gonna be a bit more on the YouTubes.
Heck yeah. There's always excitement, over there on Catrin Figures, and of course her sister channel Cinema Figures, where you get to take a look at some of the best horror films there is around. No, Chad, it's not horror. This ain't no Terry Funk up in here, but you always have some of the best, Cat. And for me, tomorrow night, Cat, again, me and you, we're going to be watching Sunday night. It's Sunday night, fans.
It's Friday right now, boo.
Sunday.
We're watching a Ouija shark.
Sunday.
I'm watching a Ouija shark on Sunday afternoon, and me and Kat are going to be talking about it on Is It That Bad?
And here's another thing. We're also going to be introducing Legends Pick for Is It That Bad? Because it's your turn.
That's right. Okay, so find
Surprise
out
us
what
with
that
something awesome.
Find out what that figure's going to be. So you'll need to tune into this Sunday night, Catrin. Ain't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, fans, for Catrin, Mark the Superstar, BKR, Seawood19, and Drew Manchu, baby, and my main man, Chad, who's sick in bed and so sad he couldn't be here tonight, but he'll be back next week live. And this is the Great Legend saying peace out. God bless.
Bye.
Anyone gonna hit the button?
I'm going to hit the
I
button.
can't hit
It's
the button.
fine.
Authority.
Bye, guys.